I'm making a hot toddy.
Good morning, everyone. We're starting another day. You're gonna start your days with me. Hopefully you're gonna join and you're gonna start your day in my garden and find out what I'm gonna do today. I don't know what I'm gonna do today. That's how I start my days. All right, so you put in there, headshot.
So many times I thinking you knew better.
A hot toddy that I make every time I feel a little tickle in the back of my throat, or my nose is stuffed up, on the verge of getting sick, or even if I'm sick. This is my hot toddy. This is a hot toddy for not the faint of heart. This is a hot toddy that is meant to be a hot toddy. And it's meant to kick whatever is going on within out. Here's what you're gonna need. A whole lemon. If you have some tangerines hanging around, or mandarins hanging around, or even an orange hanging around, I like to add in one of those, one or two. You're gonna need some cayenne pepper, ginger root to ease the pain, garlic, 1 clove you're gonna need. This is an optional choice. My husband cannot. I bring it. Some honey, wildflower honey, obviously any honey will do, but wildflower honey. This is my favorite thing. You do not need to add this, but I always add this for an extra kick. It's called fire cider. And basically it's just a concentrated with all these kind of elements into this shot. And it's apple cider vinegar, honey, oranges, lemon. They have onions in here, ginger, horseradish, garlic, turmeric, habanero, and black pepper. If you have it, it's a great company. You can send me a box, fire cider. I will happily ingest and promote, as I already do. But this is not an ad. So if you don't have this, which you probably don't, you could do a splash of apple cider vinegar. I was raised by a Scottish woman. And whenever I was sick, when I was a wee lad, maybe 5 on, she would give me a tablespoon of drambuie. If I had a cough, if I was sick, instead of cough syrup. I guess it's a Scottish remedy, I believe. Yes, this is a Scottish product. Drambuie is a unique blend of aged whiskey with spices and heather honey. You could add this in. It's good to add this in on a cold night, get under the covers and go to sleep. So that's what you need, and you need hot water, right? So I've already pre-boiled my kettle, and we're gonna make this. You need a mug. This is a 1 cup situation. I mean, you could make a vat of it, put it in a pot or something, but I usually make this. I usually only make this for myself. All right, you squeeze. 1 lemon, this was a tangerine, down. 1 garlic clove. You could do a press, a garlic press into your thing, or this is how I pretty much always cut my garlic, or add garlic if I'm doing sauteed greens, if I'm doing this hot toddy, if I'm making a pesto. I use a grater. It makes your fingers stink, but it's, I think, a perfect way to infuse garlic without it being too much. You're gonna use the same grater for your ginger. You want a knob of ginger. I don't know if you see it. It gets a little chunky, but no pain, no gain. Okay, a little cayenne pepper. I don't know, a nice pinch. I'm gonna do a splash of apple cider vinegar. And then I am going to add my hot water. Hopefully it is still warm. then last but not least, a nice, hefty spoonful of honey. Because this shit is strong. It's so good. You know, I am the type of person that if you don't feel pain, you know, if you want to kick something out, it's like a relationship. If you're, you know, you have to get down to the point where you're like, I can't take it anymore. You know, I'm done. That's what this is. This is like, I'm done. I'm done feeling like crap. Let me make a fireball toddy to work you out of my system.
Now, when you buy a property or your house, wherever you are, if you have trees, sometimes it's better to get rid of those trees if they're not the right tree. Or can you work with that tree and is it an asset to the land? It really depends what kind of tree it is, where it's at. In my garden here at Noci, it's 24 acres and it's the valley of where they grow grapes. So over the years, farmers have taken this valley and taken everything out. They, at one point, it was all orchards, it was plums, stone fruit. Then 70s came around and it turned over to grapes. So every property around me is some kind of grape for the most part. It's a monoculture. There's a peach farm, there's a few other little nooks and crannies here, but I'd say 90% is grapes. So on this property, I didn't have a lot of trees. The only trees I had were in the very back here by the creek where for some reason they didn't want to grow the grapes. The Acacia tree might be one of my favorite trees. And for me, it has to be because one, it's huge. Two, it flowers right now. So we're in February. It's time for it to flower. And I don't know if you can hear this, but there's 1 billion bees. I'm not even joking. Okay, thousands of bees harvesting this tree. It's so amazing. The other thing cool about this tree is that it's kind of like a weed, you know, which I guess some people would not like. But if you want to create a wall of something, this tree is doing it because it's multiple trunks. It's coming out of the roots, new sprouts. It's almost like blackberry. The roots go out, new trees come up. From this stump here, there's already like 20 trees growing out of it. And if I dig down in here and try to get that root out, you'll see, or get that tree out, it'll be attached to a larger root from this tree. Now, the only thing you need to do when they get overwhelming, like this one here, it's almost hitting the ground, just cut them off. It's pretty easy. It's an evergreen. It never loses its leaves, so you have a nice, thick, solid wall. And then here, late winter, you get a beautiful show of flowers. It's pretty amazing. Love it. And beautiful leaf. I don't even see leaves on this thing. Take one. Look at that leaf. It's a leaf within leaves. Pretty cool.
September, and then you were home kind of. This one?
Okay, hi guys. Okay, hi guys. What up, 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 up,